Yo, that worked way better than I thought it would. If you guys don't know, that's the Dragon Ball Z card thing, whatever you call that, bumper thing. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Telecast. Today is Tuesday, March 24th, and it's episode 27 of the Telecast. If you can't tell already, I'm a little bit low on the energy this week. Yeah, I don't know. I just have not been getting totally great sleep the past couple days. This weekend, I visited my brother and we stayed up very late. And then, and then, I don't know. Last night before, didn't get a ton of good sleep for. It's very rare for me to be unable to go to bed and not actually fall asleep. Like I have a really easy time just hitting the sack and just getting put out. And yeah, 2 nights ago, just couldn't go to sleep. Got really frustrated. Kept waking up every couple hours. Last night, same kind of thing. I took NyQuil to try and because I don't have like melatonin, and I just like knocked myself out, and still didn't feel like I got totally good quality sleep. I was like dozing off today. I think I might just need to like go easy and recover a little bit because I have been going kind of crazy at the gym. Going like crazy, 3 days on, 1 day off, not really giving myself a break, which, if you don't know, isn't necessarily always the greatest thing for you. You kind of are supposed to take like a week off every couple weeks, but we don't do that. Today, I am going to rugby practice, even though I'm not as active in the club these days. I still want to go and get like a little bit of like a little bit of variety. Need to get out of the house, whatever. And that's about all I got to say for the intro stuff. I do want to talk about a small amount. I want to talk about the new video that I launched on the main channel. So if you're just a podcast viewer, maybe go check out the main channel. I don't know why YouTube automatically opened up the Malcolm in the Middle trailer, but let's see. Wilson TV. You guys ever look yourselves up online? I do, and I really don't find much outside of YouTube. What are we doing here? Boom. So yeah, guys, this is the main channel. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we put out a new video, Yellow Character of the 2020s. It did okay. Had good retention, had good click-through rate. But kind of just floating now. It kind of leveled off, which is fine. A lot of the JoJo videos are picking up because the new JoJo anime part just came out, guys. Steel Ball Run, which is, some say, is the best part in the entire series. For me, it's a toss-up between parts 7 and 8. It's really, both of them are just really good. They both handle such different subjects, you know what I'm saying? But Steel Ball Run, I've been wanting to make a video on it for a long time, and I think now is finally the time where I do it. So if you are a main channel viewer, keep your eyes peeled. I want to look at the whole concept of like good fortune and luck, because there's a lot of horseshoe symbolism in this part. Bro's got a freaking horse on his head. You got horses, horse race betting. The whole like fortune favors the bold and the brave, and this whole American dream thing. You got Poco Loco, who's got freaking insane luck, which could just be a result of his confidence. Maybe not. You have, this whole thing of like luck versus fate. Like, is luck truly a thing, or is it not a thing? Like, is it just a subjective thing, or is it an objective thing, or is it both? So very interesting subject matter I want to cover. I think it's interesting, which is why I'm making a video on it. So if you don't think it's interesting, then you can just skip to the next one and watch that, or watch some of my older stuff. Overall, Steel Ball Run anime, I thought it looked awesome. There was one shot that really like took me out of it. It was a shot, I believe it was Diego or Johnny. One of them had like really bad CGI. But other than that, it looked awesome. The colors, I felt like it didn't look as plastic and polished as part 6, which I'm a big fan of. Same as part 5. It was like part 5 and 6 were a little too like clean and polished, I don't know. I felt like this really, maybe it's more effects like dust and filters and things like that. Maybe it's just a difference in, I don't know. I honestly don't know. But the horses looked cool. Some of the effects, like, Poco Loco getting flung up into the air, or Abdul, maybe when his camel hits the cactus and he like flips up into the air, that looked really cool. honestly, so many of the shots that they didn't show in the trailer looked really, really good. They honestly should have just led with that. But even then, like, you know, the JoJo, like, you know, iconic color shifting stuff looked really cool. The steel balls looked amazing, dude. And the way that they operate, you know, just looked, I don't know, the way that they like, see, there's no screenshots because this is so new, but the way that the balls like move and come around, it was literally just like the manga, dude. It was just like I freaking imagined it. I also did listen to a fan dub of Part 7, so there is like, I did get a little bit of the animation side of things, but I don't know. I really, really liked it. I like the pacing. A lot of people are super crazy about the weekly versus the batch releases. In my opinion, I don't care. You know, the main thing seems to be, oh, it kills the hype, but also, like, come on. Like, are you ever going to kill JoJo fan hype? Like, it's one of the most dedicated fan bases on the planet. And a lot of the people watching it have read the manga before, you know? So, at least for the fans, the weekly doesn't make sense. For, you know, just keeping it exposed on a platform like Netflix or something, like for casual audiences, I don't know. I think this is something that people are just going to watch or they're not going to watch. This is a great opportunity for new people to get involved in the series, which is kind of how it's being pitched to new people and normies and stuff, that you don't have to watch anything else up until this point. But yeah, I don't know. The whole America thing, the new intro they did where they had all the you know, like the trains and the crossing the country and stuff like that. Like, you know, this is a time in American history where, like, you know, pioneering and stuff. Really awesome aesthetics. Like the whole Southwest thing, you know, the whole, like, it's so cool the way they're doing that. And I'm like excited to see the other areas of the United States like represented in this part. I don't know. Nothing about stands or Holy Corpse or anything really. There was a tiny reference to a stand. And other than that, I don't think there was anything. You know, the whole first stage, super satisfying. The like progression of everything, it was really easy to tell where you were. I felt like at times it was hard in the manga to kind of get an image of where you were because everything was moving, you know? The setting was changing every couple panels. You know, the background and stuff like that, like when they're going into the woods and cutting around, they did a really good job of showing you like where you were, giving you a sense of, like, physically and in the race, you know. I don't know, it was just cool. And the characters are all so fleshed out already too. Like, you got Diego, you got, you know, he's a jerk who's really, you know, he knows his stuff. Gyro is like the trickster, you know, with the freaking secret magical powers. Johnny doesn't even care if he wins. Basically, like, the first stage for him was like, you know, to show that he, you know, knows his stuff, that he's like he can get back on the horse. Oh, there's your phrase. That he can get back on the horse and just do this, you know, after being out for so long. I don't know. I mean, the thing is, like, it was really, really satisfying, but, like, you know, everybody wants more. So we're going to wait and see, you know, how they're going to release this. Again, I don't really care if it's batches or if it's weekly. I think releasing every stage as its own thing would be really cool. Would be like a cool way to do it and a unique way to, like, you know, the whole first stage being released as basically a movie was like, it was such a good call. Like, I don't know. I think that was great. It's like, yeah, like, we're getting started. Like, we're hitting the ground running. This is stage 1. You know, I don't know. If they keep the quality up, things are looking good for this. And I can already tell from my analytics on YouTube that the JoJo hype is back in business, you know? The past week or so, all of my older JoJo videos have gone up in viewership. I'm getting like 500 views a day on some of them, which is crazy. So thank you guys for supporting me financially in that way. Yeah, I don't know. Not a ton else to say about this. I mean, I've already talked about Steel Ball Run, you know, in a bunch of different places. It's just cool. Everything seems to translate really well from the manga over to the anime. They shifted around some stuff like Sandman's origin. I think they shifted some stuff with Poco Loco around, but I don't know. It felt really cohesive, and I don't really want to go back and reread the manga. I probably will have to if I'm going to do a video on Steel Ball Run, but I don't know, dude. You want me to put a number on this? I'll give it like 8 or 9 out of 10. I'll give it an 8 out of 10 because, you know, we're just getting started. You can't start at like a 9. I don't know. Animation could have been dialed up, like I said. Here's the thing. The 3D, they use the 3D sparingly, but when they use it, it's really easy to tell. But it's fine. It's not like a deal breaker because everything else looks so good already. And it's a freaking good, it's a well-written show. So the animation doesn't have to be perfect because, the manga's already written. And it's already, what is it? Is this the best-selling or the highest-rated manga of all time or something like that? I don't know. Whatever. We'll see. We'll see where this goes. So that's enough for Steel Ball Run. Next thing I wanted to talk about was, let's just look up Angry Robot. Angry Robot. We're going to freaking talk about, oh my gosh. This is so bad. We're going to talk about, I have written Algo Brain, YouTube Slop, and Predatory Hustlers. This is what we have going on here. So there are 2 emails that I got that inspired me. I don't think I can show them exactly or else I'm going to freaking expose my address. Oh, did I already block this person? Oh, it's because it's on a different Gmail account. That's why. Bada boom, bada. Can we get this one too? Yeah, so, yeah, okay, well, I guess it's not loading. It's fine. There was somebody, I guess there's this thing called Dava Studio who does thumbnails for creators, and it was all just AI. And I look in the email, and the email is written by AI, and the email address is written by AI, and the Gemini freaking summary by Google is AI. It's all just AI. I don't want anything to do with it. I tried to trick the email bot into sending me directions on how to build a 19th century Victorian home using only what you could find in the Walmart pet aisle, but it kind of caught on and disconnected. But I get solicited so much by these predatory YouTube freaking bots. They say, oh, there's somebody with a slight amount of creative potential. We can get them to pay us a crap ton of money, and we're going to provide nothing to them. Or we're going to just rip them off or do something they could have done on their own. And, and they're going to get nothing out of it. And that's that. So if you're a small creator, keep an eye out for these freaking predatory emails. Constant Hollyland, vidIQ is legit, but still, it's all AI. This is what I'm saying. I've been in this, I get in this mood every couple weeks, like every 2 weeks or so. Maybe. And it often happens when I don't get good sleep. So I think it's just me being just generally grumpy or angry or whatever. But, I just get really cynical and really disillusioned with society and reality and technology and everything. I'm familiar with the mental health side of that thing, and I've overcome a lot of things and blah 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 blah. This so it's not like I'm spiraling into some schizo freaking rampage here. It's just I just get so worn down by the AI, the email, the constant, especially at work, the AI in the emails, the AI on Facebook, the AI on LinkedIn, the AI, the people who are putting on happy faces when they're not happy. The people who are legitimately content with their lives are, you can see that, and it's awesome. I love to see people happy in their work and fulfilled and satisfied and stuff like that. I love having good conversations with people at work, but there's so much fake stuff and artificial stuff and AI stuff, and it's just that's not me, man. I just don't have time to, waste staring at using the AI to generate the AI, to summarize the AI, to do the it's just stop. AI is not the end all be all. If you're feeling anxious or, depressed, don't immediately run to AI, run to a person. Doesn't matter who that person is, as long as they're not evil. Ideally a parent or a therapist or something. If you're feeling, you need to come up with ideas for something. AI is a great tool, but the reliance and the compulsive attachment to it is insane. It's almost as bad as social media, where people just idly it's just this stuff is taking over way more of us than we probably would like to. If we realized how negatively this is affecting everybody. But that's the thing. You talk about it, but the boulder will keep on rolling down the hill. And right now, I don't know. I just get in, I just look at all this stuff and it doesn't like get me depressed. It just irritates me, you know? And it just pushes me away. That's what it feels like, you know? I just see, like, even just looking up Angry Robot and the fact that most of this is AI, if not all of it is AI. It's like, why, you know? And, you know, in my job, you know, I want to utilize the creative things that I have, you know, and it's not that I'm anti-AI because I'm not, you know, strictly anti-AI. I'd be a hypocrite if I was. It's just, you know, it's a little disheartening. And that's all I really got to say. I don't know. It's not all doom and gloom though, because there are some good things that'll come out of this, right? We hope so. I don't really have any other topics to discuss today. I just have social media is gross. I guess this is more of the same kind of thing where, like, you know, the AI stuff it's just there to waste your time. It's there to pull you away from people. And this is something that I'm kind of boring myself even talking about because I've talked about this kind of stuff like over and over again, dude, about how it's just not good for you. So I don't really know. I don't know. Really, all I had to say this episode was stuff about Steel Ball Run and just a little bit of venting about, you know, my gripes with society. I don't know if I have anything else. Well, I guess I could talk about some movies and things. I was going to see Project Hail Mary today. Let's pull that up. Project Hail Mary. I was going to see Project Hail Mary today, which I do appreciate for, and this is proof right here. People do love the authentic stuff. You know, you talk to somebody about Project Hail Mary, the first thing they say is, "Oh my God, did you know they don't use green screens in the movie?" Or, "Oh my God, you know they have like limited CGI in this movie." And it's like, you know, that's what people want. That's what people are talking about. People appreciate that. You know, Ryan Gosling's on like a generational run. He's going to be in the new Star Wars, man. Like, we're looking good for this. Rocky The Rock. I don't know much about this movie at all, other than like the basics, the things people have said online. I don't know. I'm excited to see it. I may have to sail the 7 seas to get access to it. Don't know. But I do want to watch more movies. I tried to watch Baki last night, but the pirate ship that I was sailing on was not creating a consistent stream for me. So I had to turn it off. I do want to watch Baki. I want to watch Jujutsu Kaisen. I want to watch Project Hail Mary. I want to watch Hoppers because it is a Pixar movie, and I haven't really seen a lot of the recent Pixar movies. And what else is there? I mean, I need to watch Marty Supreme. I'm excited for Dune. We already talked about that. That, by the way, watching the Dune trailer got that video demonetized. I could cut it out, but like, I'm not really going to do that. I don't know. I farm enough clips and content off of this channel anyway that I can spare a half hour of nothing. Yeah, I don't really know. Not a whole lot this week, guys. I do apologize, but that's why we do it weekly. Some days you got a lot, some days you got a little. I did intend to have a experimental intro for this video. Next week, we will have that. But for now, that's really all I got for you guys. Yeah, I don't know. 20 minutes. Maybe I'll take a nap. Uh-oh, that's not it. And that's not it either. What are we doing? Here we go. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I guess I'll see you next week. I'm going to try to have some more stuff prepared. But yeah, just a short little podcast, and I'm going to let this go. So, peace out. Comment anything you'd like me to talk about or cover or whatever, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
If you are interested in more Telecast episodes and long-form video essays, check out the videos right here. And subscribe for more. Yay!